Hello and welcome to another video. It's your boy OT19 or Ultimate Gamer 19,000, and today I'm going to explain to you every single skill check, how to make them, and what stat they take, and ranking them in a general sense. Yeah, so let's get into it. Acrobatics. Acrobatics is well, if you need like jump over something, let's just say very big rock, and you want to jump over it, make an acrobatics check. That's acrobatics. Animal handling, let's just say you want to like tame an animal, you want to ride it or something like that, and that would be animal handling. Anything to do with like making animals do something you want them to do would be animal handling. Arcana, basically you want to detect if there's any magic around. Arcana, want to see if something's magical. Arcana. Athletics, let's just say you have to do a run. Let's just say you want to like jump over something. Like if you want to do a running jump, that would be athletics. Now athletics and acrobatics can be wishy-washy sometimes, so check with your DM which one he makes you do. And also athletics can be used to grapple, I'm pretty sure. Oh, and it also scales off of strength. Arcana scales off of intelligence. Animal handling scales off of wisdom. Deception. Deception scales off charisma. How good of a liar you are. Pretty simple. History goes off intelligence. How well can you remember things? That's basically it. Insight goes off of wisdom. How good of a liar are you? Can you lie out? Can you lie your teeth out? Intimidation. Can you intimidate someone? Intimidation goes off of charisma. Investigation. Investigations basically. So you find like someone's dead body, and you're trying to like look for any secret clues they may have. You'll roll an investigation because you're trying to precisely find something. Medicine. Medicine can be used to like stabilize an ally. I think you have to make like a DC 15 check to res an ally. I'm not sure though, but I think I have seen it be used. Nature. Nature is just, oh, where do I go? Can you lead your team through the forest well enough? Are these berries poisonous? Yes or no? Nature is just finding out anything nature related. Perception. Perception is basically that's holy why is this always I how does that always happen? Like without failure, that always happens. I I'm so sorry to derail the video, but holy like that always happened. Alright, back to underrailing. Oh gosh, where was I? I was at perception. Perception does is basically you just like do a general look at an area. For perception, basically you just like let's say, oh, you're trying to see if there's anyone in the bushes. Perception. That would be perception. Perception and investigation do get messed up a lot, but investigation is pinpointing on someone. Perception is a general sweep. It's like how I like to rule it. Granted, your DM may rule it differently, but that's just D&D. Next, oh, perception also goes off of wisdom. Performance. Performance is basically, oh, how good can you play a guitar? How good can you sing? Things like that. Persuasion. How persuasive are you? Can you make that shop clerk give you the 5 gold discount? And oh, performance and persuasion both get off of charisma. Religion. Um, Honestly, religion barely gets used, so it's like you don't really have to know what it is. But if you do want to know, I guess it's just like, man, even it's so rarely used that even I barely know. But like anything religious wise, just roll religion. Heck, most of the time, I feel like most DMs will just make you like roll a history. If you're like, oh, how do I correctly pray at a shrine? Roll it like usually like religion's kind of like a bad stat, but it exists. Very very smallly used. Sleight of and skills of intelligence, which intelligence, if you guys didn't check out my other videos, you should. Is like one of the worst stats to have in general. So usually every single person has a really bad religion because all like the religious characters are all charisma or wisdom casters. None of them use intelligence. Also, I find it funny that they made religion like intelligence, when like intelligence is like science based, and usually religions don't really like science. Just it's kind of funny. Alright. Next we have sleight of hand. How good can you pickpocket someone? Yeah, that's sleight of hand. Stealth. How well can you hide? Now, if you do succeed on a stealth check, you can gain advantage on every attack because your opponent can't see you, which is pretty nice. Um, and then survival. Not survival. Stealth and sleight of hand both go off with dexterity, and then survival. Wait, huh? I thought I already did survival. Oh, okay. I got nature and survival wrong. Okay, I think I've seen many DMs use nature and survival as like one and the same. So I really don't know what's the major difference because I've seen a lot of DMs, myself included actually, just kind of like let the player, whatever they're better in, just roll it. So I think for survival in nature, ask your DM how they rule it because I feel like at the end of the day, your DM's ruling is what matters. Now, since this video is a little shorter, shamelessly, I'm going to rank every single skill based off how good they are. Acrobatics and athletics, I'll just group them in. They're both a good 8 out of 10. No, 7. You'll get uses out of both of them. They may not come up as frequently as you want, but like still, having proficiency in athletics is never a bad thing. Animal handling, really, it's a really big, like, friggin' campaign exclusive thing. Because some campaigns, useless. Some campaigns, godlike. In reality, talk to your DM about if animal handling is going to be a big thing for you. And also, sometimes I feel like animal handling can kind of lead to players derailing things. And, like, because sometimes I've had a player that's just, like, was so focused on getting a pet that they just started to look for one, look for one, look for one. And at a certain point, we were, like, 2 or 3 sessions behind. Purely because they just wanted to get an animal that badly. And I had to tell them, please stop. Like, just please. Like, just stop with this whole wanting to get an animal. Because you might be saying, why are you trying to get them an animal? It's because we were playing in a campaign that raccoons just don't exist. We were playing a space campaign. And she was like, obsessed with raccoons. So it's like, I was like, stop, please. Then eventually she did stop, but it was a whole. So, animal handling in general, some DMs might ban it. I may be one of those DMs. Rai, just talk to your DM. Arcana, it's intelligence, so it's like if you're a wizard or an artificer, get it. If you're not, don't. It's like a 4 out of 10. It's very specific. Athletics, or deception, 10 out of 10. Lying to anyone in D&D, such a big part. Deception's extraordinary parallel, 10 out of 10. History, 3 out of 10. Very rarely will you ever do a history check, and if you do, it's probably something not very important. Insight, 10 out of 10. Making sure knowing if someone's lying to you, very important. Insight, 10 out of 10. Intimidation, it's an 8 out of 10. Because, like, I mean, yeah. Because, like, they could still lie to you. The thing with intimidation is, unless you roll really highly, they're most likely still not going to be 100% truthful with you. Unless you start, like, getting into, like, the in-game torturing. In-game. Make sure I don't get striked. So, intimidation, it's finicky. I've seen some DMs buff it to all hell. I've seen some DMs make it really weak. Investigation, man, it's like, no, it gets used. It's like a 7. I feel like if we're basing this off of getting proficiency, definitely like a 9 because you won't have a good intelligence stat. I can guarantee it. But overall, it's like a 5 in my opinion. Medicine, like a 4. Very rarely, very rarely will a character have like proficiency in medicine, but not just have healing spells. Very rarely would that ever happen. So, nature, nature's actually pretty good. But if you already have a ranger in your party, don't take the nature proficiency. So if in reality it's like a 4 out of 10 because most likely you shouldn't pick it because you probably already have a ranger in your party. And if you don't, play ranger. Rangers are amazing. I love rangers. So yeah, nature, it's it exists. Perception 10 out of 10, very important. Prevents sneaks attacks, prevents just traps. It's take perception. Performance. When performance gets used, it's always super important. But when it doesn't, but it barely gets used. I think I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10 purely because of how rare it is. But when you do need it, oh, you need it. Now, persuasion 10 out of 10. Being able to get stuff cheaper, who doesn't want that? Religion 0 out of 10. Literally no one's ever doing that. Sleight of hand, it's like 8 out of 10. If your character's a thug, then 10 out of 10. But if your character's more calmed down, it can be like a 0. It really depends if your character is good or not. Stealth, in general, it's like the thing is, stealth is so good, but barely anyone uses it because it takes an action. So, because like for rogues, getting stealth is like 10 out of 10, but for everyone else, it's like a 5. So I think a 7 out of 10, 7.87 is what I'll give stealth. Because for rogues, you take expertise in it, you take proficiency, you take everything you can. But for everyone else, it's like eh. And then finally, survival. Again, we have a ranger. What are you doing? So yeah, those are all the stats in D&D, explained and ranked. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I did. So yeah, OT 19, signing out. Peace, peace.